This is a nuclear bomb going off in our neighborhoods.
It's devastating. It's something we've never seen before.
This is beyond anything that we've dealt with in this region before. We've never had anything this major. It's clearly our worst natural disaster in our history.
Devastation in Spokane. Wildfires have destroyed at least 700 buildings so far, most of them homes. You can see the destruction in these new satellite images showing areas before and after the flames swept through. The fires have burned at least 12.5 square miles, and they are still spreading very quickly right now. About 65,000 people within Spokane city limits have been evacuated, including patients at the U.S. Veterans Affairs Hospital. Officials say it could be days or even weeks before people can return home. Some families were forced to escape on foot as gridlock choked evacuation routes.
It was getting that text and knowing how backed up everything was and knowing how close that fire was to all of it. It was one of the worst moments of all of our lives.
Video shows firefighters pushing through thick smoke and flames to save homes. For many families, the loss goes far beyond their houses. One woman there says her family escaped, but many of their pets did not.
It was actually at the edge of my property when I was trying to get my other dogs out. They lost their dog, Evie, and I lost my dog, Diamond, and my little daughter lost her kitty cat, Bubbles, and I lost Henny Penny, my chicken.
Help is pouring in from across the country and all around the world, with crews from more than a dozen states and Australia joining the fight. You are watching King 5 News at 4. I'm Jessica Janner Castro. The Spokane complex fire is made up of 3 fires that sparked around noon Saturday, and then they just exploded in size. Right now, the complex remains 0% contained. We have team coverage for you this afternoon. Adam is in the Weather Center right now tracking conditions for us. Natalie Swaby is following local crews being deployed there to Spokane. But we start with Sebastian Robertson, who joins us live from Spokane with the latest there. Sebastian.
Hi, Jessica. We are in northwest Spokane. This is one of the roadblocks set up that the National Guard is actually working. Residents who left knew that the damage was bad today. So many of them tried to come back, tried to cross these roadblocks and see the damage for themselves. But at one point, even the National Guard could not stop people from going in on foot who just wanted to get an up-close look at the damage. Now, this neighborhood that we're in, it's in Spokane's northwest corner. Homes back up to grassland and timber, creating a classic wildland-urban interface. We saw roughly a dozen homes burned to the foundations, including the home of Brenda Byers. She evacuated Saturday while her husband remained in the hospital recovering from a stroke. She said she'd already seen pictures of what was left of her home, but said she needed to be here to see it in person.
When I looked on the maps, the fire seemed so far away. I wasn't really worried until I got the call that said we think it's burning. Every house on my street, both sides of my street, every house is gone. They all burned down.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah, it's not just me.
The Old Trails fire started Saturday. This is in the broader context of the Spokane firefight here. DNR believes it was human caused. The fire has grown to cover more than 3,500 acres after crossing the Spokane River, making a significant run towards what's known here as the 5-mile area. So those level 3 evacuations remain in place. People showing up to try to see their homes. At this point, they're being told to go back, even if they have a driver's license to prove that they live here, told to return when those evacuation orders dip down. Jessica?
Our thanks to you, Sebastian, live for us in Spokane this afternoon. And despite their own homes being caught in the path of the fires, neighbors in Spokane are helping fight the flames. They are trying to help save homes inside their own communities. A couple of teenage boys went straight to the fire lines, in fact, to help out.
Took a little drive, found the fire, found people fighting it, went home, grabbed tools, grabbed a water tank, and then came back and fought.
Yes, some brave young men there. You'll hear much more from them coming up for you at 4:30 in this newscast. Crews from all across the state are racing to help fight those wildfires burning in Spokane County. King 5's Natalie Swaby joining us live with the latest on the push to get those critical resources where they are needed most. Natalie.
Well, today we are catching up with crews crossing the Cascades to back up firefighters on the ground and Red Cross volunteers from right here rushing in to help families the wildfire has displaced. Now, in Spokane County, the fires forced tens of thousands of people to evacuate. It's already destroyed hundreds of structures, and crews are focused right now on protecting lives and stopping further destruction. About 400 firefighters from nearly a dozen Western Washington counties have joined the fight, including a team of 4 from Valley Regional Fire Authority.
Since our team arrived on an engine, they are actually doing structural protection. So they're out in the neighborhoods trying to protect homes from fire.
This is huge. I think we're already not even halfway through the fire season, and we're experiencing a situation where we have to bring in outside resources to support not just the hyper-local resources, but the regional resources.
The Red Cross is providing shelter and feeding families who've lost their homes or who remain under evacuation orders, waiting to learn if the fire spares their property. Meanwhile, Camp Murray has transformed into a nerve center for the response, running the emergency operations. Now, local firefighters and Red Cross volunteers typically spend up to 2 weeks on site with emergencies like this. Still ahead, they talk with us about the challenges they're preparing for. That part of the story tonight at 5:30. Live in Seattle, Natalie Swaby, King 5 News.
Thank you, Natalie. And as we continue to follow the impact of the devastating wildfires across eastern Washington, we are activating our Northwest response for those who need help. You can donate by scanning the QR code on the screen. Your donation goes directly to the American Red Cross to help those affected in eastern Washington. You can also visit U.S. bank branches in Washington and in Oregon to make a donation in person. You can also visit king5.com to find the link to donate. The numbers paint a devastating picture. More than 500,000 acres have been scorched by wildfires in Washington state, and fire season is far from over. Right now, fire crews are working to contain more than a dozen large wildfires that are burning all around our state right now. You can see them here burning mostly in eastern Washington, where those conditions are really hot and dry, and the wind has been kicking up the flames as well. The Kaiser Canyon fire has now burned more than 136,000 acres in the Colville Reservation. Containment there has gone up to 38%. Nearly 1,000 firefighters are working to contain that fire. The Modrite fire has spread to more than 51,000 acres in Ferry County. These new photos here from the fire line just show you how big this fire is and what crews are up against there. That one 17% contained. And the Sinlahican fire remains 0% contained this afternoon near the small town of Tenasket. That one has burned 85,000 acres, but still work to do there. The Little Giant fire has burned more than 51,000 acres. That is the fire northwest of Leavenworth. That one at 0% containment right now. More than 1,300 firefighters are assigned to that fire, along with 58 engines, 17 dozers, and 4 helicopters. Crews are holding primary lines near Big Meadow Creek and using old logging roads to help protect Lake Wenatchee, Fish Lake, and Plain. The most active fire behavior has been seen on the east side, including along Lake Chelan in the Entiat River drainage. Winds have pushed the fire towards the lake's edge and created multiple hot fires, fire spots there, including one that jumped across Lake Chelan.
It grew last day or so when we had a lot of those red flag warnings, a lot of wind coming in, a lot of dryness, and a lot of spotting fires. In one case, we've had some spotting that's gone over like 3 miles.
Right now, more than 1,800 structures are threatened, but so far, no structures have been destroyed. All that wildfire smoke is going to start moving into western Washington today and also hover in our area throughout the week. Here's a live look at Lake Chelan right now, where the air quality is very unhealthy, as you can expect, even hazardous in some spots. An air quality alert has been issued for King, Kitsap, Pierce, Snohomish, and Thurston counties through Wednesday at 5 p.m. Health officials say that the air could reach an unhealthy level for sensitive groups.